Alright, third time trying to do this video, so we'll see what happens. Welcome everybody to another video right here on Killer O Demon 669. Thank you all for watching this video. Make sure you like this video, hit that subscribe button down below. Yes, I'm in my little cheap clothes, business clothes right now, so whatever. But thank you all for watching this video. Make sure you like this video, hit that subscribe button down below. Subscribe to my other channels, all down in the description box. Follow me on Twitter at Gilmore Inc. Share this video on Google+, Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, and all over the internet. And thank you for all the support as we continue on to 600 subscribers and beyond. So thank you all for watching the video. Alright, it is time for your Monday night review for November the 10th, 2014. And it was a decent show. It wasn't that great. It was from London, England, and it was taped, like I said, from London, England. It wasn't a bad show. A lot of people saying it was great. I mean, that's your opinion. I thought, in my opinion, it was kind of par for the course. So we started with a John Cena promo. He comes out as the fans are chanting his song, "John Cena sucks." You know, his great hit song. So, you know, he mentions this. I always love when the UK version remix of my song. Fuck you, Cena. So he talks about Team Authority versus Team Cena at this Survivor Series. So hyped up a little bit the main event for that. And he says the Authority doesn't want him to have a team, and they're doing everything in their power to scare everybody backstage and basically beat everybody up. Then he mentions Zack Ryder being out for 6 months because Rusev beat him up last week after he posted a tweet, trying to join, saying he was joining Team Cena. So Rusev took him out of action. Who cares about freaking Zack Ryder? He fucking sucks. So Cena then reveals that Jack Swagger and Dolph Ziggler are going to be on his team. Okay. Then he calls out Ryback to talk about their main event match tonight. So Ryback comes out and he says, "I'm back." And after that, we hear the music of the Authority. So they come out: Stephanie McMahon, Triple H, Kane, Seth Rollins, Joey Mercury, Jamie Noble, and their new member of Team Authority, Mark Henry. So Stephanie gets on mic. She says she's thinking about making "God Save the Queen" her entrance theme. Okay. And Triple H says everything is on the line at Survivor Series, and he's going to put the fear of God into everyone who so they don't join Team Cena. And he says he's God as far as he's concerned. Okay, Hunter. Then we get more back and forth about, the Survivor Series main event. And then Triple H and Stephanie try to lure Ryback into their team, bribing him with more money, more title shots, more fame, more glory. And Ryback's kind of like, yeah, that's great. I like that idea. But then he turns around and says that, well, I'm my own person, and John Cena is not on the back of my paychecks. So then he hits a spinebuster to Cena, and everyone in the Authority is clapping, and Stephanie McMahon's like, "Oh, yes, yes!" I'm like, okay, Stephanie, stop having an orgasm in the ring. But it was a good segment. I gave it 3.25 out of 5 stars. Good way to hype the main event, a good way to hype the Survivor Series main event. So we got that clumped in the 1, so pretty good. Alright, we get to match number 1, Jack Swagger taking on Seth Rollins. This match was okay. Pretty much back and forth match between both men. We get near the end of the match as Swagger comes back with a big boot, hits a Swagger bomb for a near fall. Then he applies the Patriot Lock, but Rollins makes it to the bottom rope. So they break the hold. Rollins throws Swagger to the outside, and Swagger gets up and he tries the Patriot Lock again, but Noble and Mercury, who are at ringside, provided a distraction, allowing Rollins to push Swagger into the ring post. And that was it for Jack Swagger. He couldn't come back from that as Rollins wins the match with a curb stomp, and a little bit of momentum for Team Authority and Seth Rollins himself. So But I just thought it was okay. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Afterwards, we see a doctor come in the ring and checking on Jack Swagger. Maybe he has a concussion. As we see Rollins celebrate with Mercury and Noble. And then afterwards, they back the doctor out of the way, and Rollins hits another curb stomp on Swagger. And basically, that's it for Jack Swagger. He's look like he has a full-fledged concussion, so he's going to be off Team Cena. So Team Cena is now down to Cena and Dolph Ziggler. So we'll see what happens from there. Afterwards, Rollins has words with Zeb Coulter. So that whole thing I gave 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we see a video of WWE's partnership with Higher Heroes USA, and JBL thanking all of our veterans who served in the wars. As tomorrow is Veterans Day, or if you're watching this video, it's 2:11 a.m. in the Northeast. So happy Veterans Day to everybody, and thank you to every single man and woman who have had. Excuse me. Let me say that again. Who have served our country and who are serving our country in the fight against terrorism. So thank you for serving America. So thank you all for that. Alright, then we get a video showing Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt from SmackDown on a Christian's Peep Show, where Bray Wyatt appeared on the ramp in his rocking chair, and then the lights go out, and he appears behind him, and he screams in Dean Ambrose's ear, "Run!" And Dean Ambrose is going, like, looking around like a madman. So that was, so we got some hype going into that. So then we see Ambrose on the Titantron cutting a promo, and he's saying that he has a long rap sheet in the business, but he doesn't apologize for it. He doesn't hide from demons. He doesn't care about being a hero. And he says the Authority couldn't take him out, and Wyatt sure can't either. Then he says there's going to be a special place for him and Bray Wyatt in hell. So it was a pretty decent promo. We found out from Michael Cole that at Survivor Series it's going to be Bray Wyatt taking on Dean Ambrose. It's going to be a very hard-hitting, brutal match. It's just going to be a slobber knockover match, ladies and gentlemen, and I can't wait for it. So a little bit, some good hype going into that match. So I gave it 3.25 out of 5 stars. All right, then we go backstage. We see a segment with Kane. He walks in on Ryback, who's getting ready for his main event match with John Cena. Ryback doesn't seem interested in Kane being there. Kane tries to rally him up for his match, saying that he's going to be out there for the main event to ensure that Ryback wins. And he says that Ryback will win if he follows Kane's lead. And Ryback's like, well, I don't need your help. I'm going to and just stay out of my way before you get your ass kicked. So Kane, has a little, scoffs at Ryback a little bit, and then he walks off. So we'll see what happens in the main event. So a little bit of hype going into that. So I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. So we got the match number 2, Paige, the hometown girl, taking on Alicia Fox. This match was okay, typical Divas match. Alicia was in control for most of the match. She hits a nice Golden Light suplex, knocks in a submission hold, then a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Really putting on the offense here. And then she goes for another tilt-a-whirl backbreaker, but Paige counters it for a 2 count. And then she starts turning around, and then she screams at Alicia Fox that it's her house. And then she nails a Rampage for the win. So Paige picks up some momentum, and we'll see what happens with Paige. I mean, trying to get back into the Divas title picture. But we'll see what happens. Alright, then we go backstage. We see Stephanie McMahon approach Lana and Alexander Rusev. Rusev smashing on that pussy. Yeah. So I can't do the full version because a lot of people are sleeping right now, and I gotta be very quiet. So she congratulates him on his big U.S. title win last week, and she points out that Hunter gave Rusev and Lana the title shot last week, and they set up his victory celebration coming up later in the evening. And then Stephanie wants an answer from Lana and Rusev if they're going to join Team Authority. So Lana then brings up politics, but Stephanie says there are no politics in the WWE. Yeah, okay, Stephanie. Then Lana says that they will consider the offer, basically almost the same promo that they cut last week when Lana's like, well, if you scratch my back, I scratch yours, and we'll think about it. So Stephanie calls her a little Russian twit. Okay, fighting words there. Then Stephanie says that, well, I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine. You know, I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine. So basically, a reversal of the promo from last week. So it was an okay little promo. I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we get a vignette for a new stable coming into the WWE, a new Dave, and this is basically what the former Super Friends stable was of Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, and Big E Langston. This vignette shows was the same thing from Raw and SmackDown last week and main event, showing Xavier Woods doing his worst Devon Dudley as a preacher gimmick and James Brown impression trying to sing. So I didn't like it. I gave it a dud, 0 out of 5. I just didn't want to see it. I still don't want to see it. It's horrible. Alright, from there we see Triple H and Stephanie backstage watching a clip of Vince McMahon making his announcement for the Survivor Series stipulation from last week. And then we see Vince later telling Triple H that he likes surprises. So Triple H shuts off the little TV in his not locker room, in his office or whatever you want to call it. Excuse me. So Triple H wonders if Vince is trying to separate them. I think he is. And he says it doesn't matter because Team Cena doesn't stand a chance and everything's gonna be fine. So Stephanie agrees with him and they share a little romantic smoochie. So maybe want to puke. So I gave the little segment 3 out of 5 stars. So from there we see Rusev and Lana make their way out to the ring for their victory celebration. And then we get a look back at last week when Rusev won the title from Sheamus, even though we should have been on the main show and not the stupid as fuck WWE Network. And I liked how the British fans were chanting, "Where's our network?" You know, for most of the night. That was pretty cool. So we see the ring apron is red, and the 2 Russians from when Rusev got his little medal in the ring. And it looks like one of them, I think one of them was a indie wrestler, or maybe from Preston City Wrestling indie wrestler. I don't know, but just my opinion. So one of the men begins speaking on behalf of the Kremlin. It says Vladimir Putin couldn't be any more prouder. So then we see a picture of the big guy, Vladimir Putin, on the screen. And then the MC, whatever you want to call him, reads a proclamation. As he's reading it, he gets the what treatment. So Rusev then gets on the mic. He tells us to rise for the singing of the Russian national anthem. We hear the Russian national anthem a la Rocky IV being played. And while that's going on, Sheamus comes out and he interrupts the whole thing, festivities, and he chases off Rusev to end the segment. So it was an okay little segment. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. So that whole thing leads into, match number 3 for the United States title in a rematch from last week. Rusev defending his title against Sheamus. This match wasn't that bad. The finish kind of stunk. We had a back and forth match between these guys. You know, Sheamus finding out of a Rusev hold, nailing a White Noise with a very close 2 count. And Sheamus looks for the bro kick. Rusev ducked it, rolled to the floor. Sheamus tried to go up top for a splash, and he hits it to the floor. Then he brings Rusev in, and Rusev just rolls right back out, and Sheamus has to, go on the other side and hit him with a burning hammer type axe handle. And Sheamus then keeps control. He throws Rusev into the ring barrier, and then we see Jamie Noble and Mercury, who came out after with Rusev and Lana. They start attacking Sheamus from behind while the referee isn't looking, as I think Rusev was on the floor and was in the ring, and they start attacking Sheamus from behind, and that led to a count-out victory. Another freaking Sheamus match with a count-out victory. Well, besides last week, even though it wasn't televised. I mean, come on, give me a freaking winner here, please. But I digress. So Rusev wins via count out, so he keeps his title. Match itself was pretty decent. The finish, I think, could have been a little bit more better, so I gave it 3.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, from there we see Stephanie in the back, once again, with Lana Rusev, congratulating him on his title defense and keeping the United States title. and she's ready for an answer from them. So Lana says yes, they will join Team Authority. So Rusev is now the third man on their team, fourth man on the team, excuse me, joining Rollins, Kane, uh, and Mark Henry. So they got a pretty decent team right now. So that's I say. And then Lana starts bringing up Vladimir Putin, and Stephanie's like, "Well, I don't give a crap about him. Don't talk about him." And then she says it's all about what the Authority wants, and she says that Rusev is gonna crush Team Cena together, and Lana's like, "Together, you stupid American bitch." And she walks off. So Rusev is on Team Authority, so that's pretty much it. So then, as Stephanie walks off, Rusev says something in Russian to Lana, probably something like this: "Oh, Lana, that American bitch is ugly," or something like that. I don't know. I probably lost a bunch of Russian fans right now, but I don't care. So I give the segment 2 out of 5 stars. After that, we see another segment, this time with excuse me, Seth Rollins. He's in the back with Ryback, welcoming him to Team Authority. So Rollins reassures Ryback that he made the right choice. Ryback says, "Well, my game plan is simple: find a target and destroy it." And Cena's going to find that out in the main event tonight. So then Ryback corrects Rollins as I think Rollins called him the big man, and he had to correct him and says, "I'm not the big man. It's not big man. It's big guy." So Rollins, says he's sorry and he wishes Ryback good luck, and then he leaves. So a little bit more hype for the main event. More hype to see if Ryback's going to join the Authority or not. So I give it 3 out of 5 stars. All right, match number 4, Los Matadores taking on The Miz and Damien Mizdow, or Sandow, whatever you want to call him. This match was boring. I mean, they brought out Hornswoggle in the same getup as Miz and Sandow, and he's doing the same fucking copycat bullshit. This match was boring. It's back and forth to start, but the Matadors take control. Sandow comes in and gets a huge pop, and Miz tagged right back out, and the fans got all pissed off. And Sandow got sent to the outside. I think it was Fernando tried to suplex Miz back into the ring, but Sandow grabbed his leg, and Miz splashed down on top of him, and they get the victory, with a little bit of cheating. So we'll see what happens from there with Miz and Sandow, and that's pretty much it. All right, then we go to a little segment with John Cena and walking in on Dolph Ziggler, who's going to go for his match come up next against Mark Henry. Cena says apparently Jack Swagger isn't doing so well. Yeah, he's basically off your team and he has a big ass concussion. So Cena says that they will try to stay positive about things, and then we see Triple H coming in. He's like, "Ha ha, Swagger's gone, ha ha." So he tells Cena that he's banned from the ring during Ziggler's match with Mark Henry. So Ziggler and Cena are all a little pissed off, and so sorry about that. I had to adjust my seat. So then we hear Triple H start saying, "Another one bites the dust." So really bad singing by Triple H, but the segment, it was okay. I give it 3 out of 5 stars. Match number 5, Henry taking on Dolph Ziggler. This match is okay. We see a Luke Harper vignette appear on the big screen, taunting Ziggler for another week. So it looks like Ziggler and Luke Harper are going to be feuding, maybe over the Intercontinental title. Who knows? So the match begins, and both end up going down after a few minutes of offense. Henry then gets kicked out of the ring by Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler falls him out of the ring, but Henry tosses him into the barrier. Then he grabs a steel chair and smacks him in the back with it, causing a disqualification. So the match itself, it was okay. The finish was stupid. So I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. Afterwards, Henry keeps up the attack, sends Ziggler into the steel steps. Then he looked to do what he did to Big Show last week by hitting the World Strong Slam on the steps. Try to put him out of commission, But the Big Show comes out, and he blocks the steel step shot to the head from Henry, and it looked like Henry hurt his hand a little bit. Oh, poor baby. So Henry leaves the ring. Show then throws the steps at him and missed horribly. Then he yells for Henry to get back in the ring, and Henry doesn't do it as usual. So then Show announces that he's on Team Cena. He will see Henry at Survivor Series. So their little feud continues. So match itself I didn't like, was 2.5 out of 5 stars. The aftermath was okay. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. So Big Show basically takes Jack Swagger's place. Now it's Cena, Big Show, and Dolph Ziggler. So 3 members of Cena so far from there. So I give that 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, there we see a vignette for another vignette of the New Day, this time showing Kofi Kingston. Then he's like a singer, or I don't know, trying to hype up the choir. It was just boring. I just didn't want to see it. Alright, after that we see Cena walk up to the Big Show and Dolph Ziggler, and they're all happy, that Big Show's on the team. So Cena welcomes him to the team. Then we see Sheamus come up, and he shakes John Cena's hand, so he's now on the team, making it a 4-man team: Cena, Big Show, Sheamus, and Dolph Ziggler. And then Cena's like, all we need now is one more. So we'll see who that could be. So it was an okay segment. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Alright. From there, match number 6, AJ taking on Brie Bella with Nikki in a corner. This match was okay. Another typical Divas match. Brie had some offense in, but AJ was too much for Brie. She locks in the Black Widow on Brie, and Brie tapped out. So AJ, gets some momentum going into her Divas title defense against Nikki Bella. We all know that Nikki's is the #1 contender now. I really hope that Nikki doesn't win the Bella Survivor Series. I would be upset with that, because it go back on the purpose of the statement that if you're on Total Divas, you're not going to win a title. Just saying. So I think AJ will most likely win and retain, but we'll never know. After the match, Nikki runs in and attacks AJ from behind, sending AJ and Brie to the mat. And then Nikki calls Brie a loser, and she's like, I'll show you how it's done. Then she picks up AJ, hits the rack attack or the shock treatment, whatever you want to call it. Grabs the Divas title and stands over AJ with the belt held high. So nice little build to their match at Survivor Series. And who knows what's gonna happen with that? Is Brie gonna cost Nikki? Is she gonna help Nikki win the title? Is AJ gonna pull off the impossible and beat Nikki Bella? Who knows? So we'll see what happens. So I gave it standard 2 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we get a replay of Army veteran Dan Rose walking on SmackDown. So that's very nice. To see his little exoskeleton thing. He's Wolverine, but what are you gonna do? So I'm glad that the WWE's doing this thing with the Wounded Warriors, kind of like what Gunner and Mr. Anderson are doing in TNA with the Wounded Warriors Foundation. So it's pretty nice that the WWE is giving back to the troops. So, and we're gonna see Tribute to the Troops in a couple of weeks anyway, in December. So that should be pretty nice. All right. From there, we go to commercial. We come back. We see Mark Henry walk up to Ryback backstage, and he starts joking around with him about how bad he whipped his ass at WrestleMania last year. So Henry's, Ryback is all defensive, and then Henry's like, "Whoa, stay cool, my brother." And he says, "I'm just kidding," and he welcomes Ryback to the team, and that was basically it. And he walked off. So I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. It just was what it was. Alright. Excuse me for 1 second. Alright, we get to match number 7. Tyson Kidd taking on Adam Rose with the Rosebuds in his corner and the Bunny. And Adam Rose is having a lot of problems lately with the Bunny. He attacked him last week on SmackDown. But this match was okay. It wasn't that great. Match let's get. Then we see Eric. Oh, by the way, Eric Rowan came out. For some odd reason, he's walking around the ring, and he takes off these little gold masks. He says, "She's not here." I'm like, "Who's she? Is he talking about Sister Abigail?" Interesting. So then he walks off through the crowd. So the match continues. Um, as the bunny, Adam Rose was getting beat up by Tyson Kidd for a bit. He comes back, the vengeance. He knocks Tyson Kidd down. Then we see the bunny get involved. He looks to go up to hit the bunny frog splash, but Adam Rose is like, get down, you lemon, you know. And Rose takes down and out of the match. Rose then turns around to Tyson Kidd, who takes down his legs and knocks in the sharpshooter, and Adam Rose tapped out. I think so. Okay. Thought I had to redo this video again, but we'll see. So, the hell? Okay, sorry about that. So, Tyson Kidd locks in the sharpshooter, and Adam Rose wins. Adam Rose taps out, so Tyson Kidd gets another win. So I gave the match 2 out of 5 stars because it wasn't that great. Afterwards, Rose and the bunny have another altercation, and Rose kicks the bunny in the gut, and he leaves with the rosebud. So there's a rumor that Adam Rose and the bunny were gonna have a match at Survivor Series, and I think the bunny will be finally revealed. If it's the gobbledygook, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm just saying. So that was it. Alright, then we go backstage with the Authority minus Ryback. And Kane says everyone's concerned about Ryback and he has an attitude problem. Then Ryback appears out of nowhere to a big, nice pop from the crowd. And he asks if Kane is talking behind his back. And Kane's like, I wasn't saying anything. So Triple H tells him to calm down and says it's all about Ryback destroying John Cena tonight. And then Stephanie gives him a little pep talk for Survivor Series and tries to get everyone on the same page. So we'll see what happens. To see if Ryback will show rest of members of Team Authority why he should be on the team. So I give the match 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, we go to commercial. We come back with a video, the same video from when Dean Ambrose is doing his promo. So we got a promo from Bray Wyatt, and basically he tells Ambrose that he hasn't seen Evil until now. So I'm telling you, this match is going to be just all over the place. It's just going to be a fight, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll see what happens going into Survivor Series. So I really, excuse me, I'm sorry. I really love the promos that they've been doing over the past week or two. So we'll see what happens going into next week's, going to SmackDown and next week's Raw. So we'll see what happens. All right, then we get to the main event. Cena taking on Ryback with the Authority at ringside. This match was a complete clusterfuck. Cena was in control. Ryback sent Cena out early on. Cena comes back, tries to go to the AA, but is blocked. Ryback takes control, tosses Cena in front of the Authority. Then Ryback falls and drops Cena with a running kick. He works over Cena for most of the match. And then Cena comes back, Ryback gets on the apron, Cena knocks him in the cane. It looked like Kane was gonna get all pissed again, but the Authority held him back. As Rollins tries to calm Kane down, he's like, don't do this right now. So then Ryback, continues from catching Cena in midair, but rolls through. Then he hits some rights and lefts, but Cena fights back out of it as usual. Then Ryback drops Cena again for a 2 count. Cena then comes back in the ring at a 7 count. Nails Ryback with a suplex for a 2 count. Then it looks like Cena's turning it around, but he missed the clothesline, and Ryback nailed a Luthez press. Then he sends Cena's head into the mat, and he'll fall out of that with a splash. And but Cena comes back with his, he's eating his soup for Cena's match. He comes back, he slides out of the move, unloads in the corner. Ryback then blocks a boot, and then he hits a sick powerbomb to Cena, gets another 2 count. Cena then ends up countering and going for the STF. Ryback comes back with a splash, making it a 2 count, but Cena goes right back to the STF. And Ryback hits Arn Anderson like spine buster, and fans start chanting, "Feed me more." And Kane, who got pushed off the apron at ringside, couldn't let his anger excuse me because let his anger get to him, and he comes in the ring and starts beating up Cena, causing a disqualification and no contest. So another freaking no contest. I think it's the third of the night. It was just irritating. So I gave the match 3 out of 5 stars. Afterwards, Ryback stops Kane from stomping on Cena, and they have a little war of words. Then Ryback shoves Kane. Kane takes off his jacket, and Rollins comes in to calm down the situation. But Ryback then drops Rollins with a punch. Kane then drops Ryback with a big boot, and Team Authority then comes in, and they start beating up on Cena. Then Sheamus music comes out. Sheamus music hits, and he comes out. Russo meets Sheamus, and Sheamus tackles him to the floor. But numbers game got the Sheamus as they beat Sheamus down. Then the Big Show comes out to a nice little pop, but he eventually too got outmanned by the Authority. And Ryback comes in, he cleans house of Team Authority, so looks like he's the 5th member of Team Cena. You didn't hear anything about it, so I don't know if it's gonna be him or it's gonna be somebody else. But we'll see what happens with that. Kane tries to go for a chokeslam, but Ryback fought out of it, and then he nails a shell shock on Kane. As his music hits, he stands tall over all of them. Then he waits his way up to the ramp, and he's off Team Authority. So looks like he's on Team Cena, but there's no official announcement yet, unless we hear it from the SmackDown tapings tomorrow. So that was it. So Team Cena stands tall in the ring. So I gave the match 3 out of 5 stars. The Aftermath I gave 3.25 out of 5 stars. But that wasn't the end of the night. We see Triple H and Stephanie watching backstage as Cena starts clapping. And then out of nowhere, Dolph Ziggler gets thrown into the room, and right at the feet of Stephanie and Triple H. And the camera pans up, we see it's Luke Harper. So Luke Harper was in the arena tonight. And he says, "I'm a team player. I follow Gump." No, he says he's a team player, and it looks like he's the final member of Team Authority. But like I said, with Ryback, he's not officially named until we find out if he's on it from either on Raw next week or on SmackDown or Main Event. So we'll see what it is. Look like Team Authority, got the last laugh in the end anyway. So Raw goes off the air with all 3 of them standing over helpless Dolph Ziggler. So I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. So it was a good Raw. It wasn't a great Raw, but it wasn't that good. So I gave it 6 out of 10. I expected a little bit better from this Raw. It's like next to last show before Survivor Series. Next Monday night on Raw is the go home show. So hopefully we'll get more matches announced, more build for the main event. Team Cena versus Team Authority. We'll try to get the teams finalized. Who's on which team? Will Randy Orton show up, or is he going to show up at the Survivor Series? We'll see what happens when the ever-going saga of Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt. We'll see what happens with Nikki Bella, Brie Bella, and AJ going into their Divas title match. And we'll see what else happens on Raw next week. So leave me your comments, leave me your feedback, what you guys thought of Raw in the comment down below, or you can do a video reply if you wish. Hit the subscribe button down below. Subscribe to my other channels, all in the description box. Follow me on Twitter at Gilmore Inc. That's INC in capital letters. So follow me on Twitter. Almost 1,900 followers as of right now. So we're getting close to 2,000 in just about a month. That is amazing. So, and I got a lot of great people following me. I got Ashley Massaro, former WWE Diva, former WWE Women's Champion, former WWE Playmate, following me. I got one of the Headbangers is following me. I think it's Thrash following me. I got some other celebrities following me. So I'm a very important person. I got In This Moment following me, of course. Motionless White is following me. Got some other people in the famous in the celebrity world that are following me, but I'm not going to discuss that any further. So follow me on Twitter at Gilmore Inc. Link is down there. So leave me your comments and feedback what you guys thought of Raw tonight, and that's pretty much it. So thank you all for watching this video. I am tired. Thank God I have the day off tomorrow from work. So happy Veterans Day to everybody. Thank you to all the servicemen and women who fought for this country, and keep doing what you do. And that's it. That's it. So fly the flag tomorrow. Say that 5 times fast. Fly the flag tomorrow. Tomorrow, with the red, white, and blue of America. So thank you all for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Peter Gomer, signing off. I'm about to fall asleep. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace, and God bless America.